Hey yo, what is up everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen, which means it's time to talk a little bit about horror. Ooh, haha. We have a brand new big horror movie in theaters right now, ladies and gentlemen, with A Quiet Place Day 1. And look at this, Paramount even sent me a shirt. Appreciate that to my friends over there. Thank you. Got a bunch of cool stuff from that. But the movie's out in theaters now. Go see it. No spoilers yet, of course. Not on stream, but you can check out my little video that I posted last night at midnight because I got a little wild hair last night, and I'm like, you know what? Why sleep when it gets dark outside? Why not have more fun instead? And make videos. That's what I'm talking about, dog. So anyways, let's talk a little horror though. How we feeling today? How we feeling? It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite time of day. The W is trash. Is saying Lupita deserves a friggin' Oscar for this. So good, different, unexpected, but good. Heck yeah, my friend. I thought she killed it in this movie. She was awesome. I especially thought that this might be my favorite performance from her. Maybe like ever in a long time. Us from 2019, I remember, like, she blew me away. She was awesome. Fantastic in that role. So a dual role there, which was great. But Lupita, I don't know. I thought she just rocked it out in this movie. Something about her performance, it just really worked for me here. And I thought it was awesome. So some great stuff. She killed it here. This is probably my favorite performance from her ever. My favorite character that she's played. For sure. So yeah, no, 100%. I could, that was probably one of the better parts of the whole film for sure. Dawson's Creek, what's up, man? How's it going? Howdy, hey. Welcome. If you're hanging out with us tonight, make yourself known. Say hello in the chat. What's up, Dawson? Welcome in. Appreciate you. Julian Perez is saying A Quiet Place 1 is mid and way too overrated, and Part 2 is actually terrible. But from the trailers, Day 1 looks awesome. Brutal reviews, my friend. That's brutal. Man, what I will say is that if you thought that Quiet Place 1 was just mid, you're probably not gonna like this new film. It definitely hits on some of the same vibes, and, like, the same kind of, it hits on, like, similar positives from that film, at least for me. If you thought it was mid, that wasn't, like, really your cup of tea, you might not be crazy about Day 1 either. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was an extension of 1 in a way. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was good. But Julian, if you're not crazy about this franchise, you're not crazy about it, and that's all good. I will say 2 is definitely a step down from 1. I think that 2 doesn't hit the... My really only big thing about 2 things really is that, like, it doesn't keep the continuity consistent from the first movie with the opening scene. That's kind of odd. It's just like, well, that doesn't make any sense when you go back and watch the first one again. In terms of how the apocalypse started for this small town that our characters live in. And also in Part 2, they don't really hit those emotional beats that the first movie hits on really well. Day 1 does, though. Day 1 kind of brings it back a little bit. And it gets you in the feels a little bit. There's one scene in particular, which I won't say, but man, I was like, whew, made me kind of sad. I was like, oh my God. The waterworks started flowing, as they say. RJ Skarenki, what's up, my friend? How are you? It's Friday night. Let's talk some horror. My favorite time of the week, my friend. So thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday night. Can't wait to get into this. It's going to be a fun conversation, bro. Balloon Boy, what's up, my dude? Just finished watching Sista Pam's live stream. Sista Pam is awesome. We love her. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was a good stream. I like what she's doing lately. She's like streaming, like just like working around the house and all that, but then also talking horror. I think that's fun. That's cool. Very cool stuff from her though. Love her content. Hayden Herbert, what's up, bro? How's it going, Hayden? Hi. Hello. Welcome in to the Horror Haven. Aiden V, thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate you. Killjoy Jamie, what's going on, twin? That's me. The Killjoy Jamie. Or at least my counterpart from Red Right Hand. What's up, fella? How's it going? Welcome in. Mayanne, thanks for being a member. What's up? Hey, Jake and everyone. Yo. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Friday night. What do I think the shower scene kill in Terrifier 3 will be? Well, let me correct what I said in my video the other day. I think it's going to be a little crazier than just a machine gun. Makes a little more sense if it's going to be Art the Clown really cutting people up. Really something a little more brutal. We have Damian Leone teasing the F out of it over on his Twitter page recently. So that makes me think it's the big scene from the movie. We also had some big casting calls for this particular scene back in February, which makes me think like, okay, maybe they have some maybe like some better known actors or something, or some like bigger people in the sequence. I don't know. But point being, I think this is going to be the brutal scene that all of us are going to lose our minds over. Hopefully, fingers crossed. In comparison to Scarface, like how he was kind of teasing, like, it's like, oh, it's Scarface meets Psycho, right? Psycho, shower kill scene. Scarface, also a shower kill scene. Mostly off screen, but it's a guy with a chainsaw hacking up Tony Montana's. Is it his brother? It's been a minute since I've seen Scarface, which is why that scene didn't come to mind. I'm going to be totally real. The scene that will always stick out in my head forever from Scarface is the machine gun. Let's be real. But yes, I do believe it's going to be something like that. Mini hacksaw, something, going after the couple in the shower. It's going to be fun. I covered it a little better in my video, a little better than just off the top of old Jake's head here. So go check that out. Really fun stuff. Greg Bruckner, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Just watched day one. In my opinion, it wasn't that bad. My other thing, Greg, is I'm not over the moon about it. I'll be honest. I wasn't like, oh, this is the best movie of the year. It's good. It is a very good flick. Is it like, was there any moment of the flick where I was like, oh my God, best movie of the year? I don't know about that, but I had a really good time with it. And it is definitely like a solid, well-made entry in the franchise for sure. So I where it ranks for me is like 1 is always at the top, day 1 underneath that, and then part 2. That's how I would probably rank the franchise as of right now. But I liked it. It was good. It wasn't bad. I agree, Greg. Isaiah Patterson, what's up? What's up with me? What's up with you, bro? How you doing? Welcome in. Peace sign. Thanks for hanging out with us. I love it, dude. Eric Cartman, what's up, Eric? I thought they would announce a cast for The Long Walk. Eric's very excited for the Stephen King adaptation movie of The Long Walk. Already since it's confirmed to start filming in July, but nothing. I really hope filming doesn't get delayed. It's weird with Stephen King stuff. You would think there'd be like more hype and excitement around whenever something like that gets some kind of adaptation, continuation, whatever. With The Monkey right now, which is based off of one of his short stories. We got a whole casting information and all that. And it is coming from a pretty big horror director at the moment. The same guy that's directing Longlegs, Osgood Perkins. So that has a lot of hype behind it. I'm shocked that this doesn't. I don't know, Eric. That's a great question. Not 100% sure with that. I hope something comes from it soon, some kind of big announcement. As a cat dad, the cat was my favorite character. Frodo was awesome. Frodo was fantastic. No spoilers, of course, but there was like just a mini little scene where you just get to follow the cat for a bit. And it was kind of like that video game Stray. It was fun. It was like a really cool it was a really unexpected and super sweet sequence. I don't know. This movie was cool. I especially whenever I see movies like new franchise continuations or something that kind of looks like something else, I'm always thinking to myself, this movie's not going to have personality. A Quiet Place Day One has a lot of personality, and I think that comes from director Michael Sarnowski, who is fresh to the franchise, brings a lot of himself into this movie for sure. And I don't know, I think it really paid off. I really enjoyed it. It's not horror movie of the year, like I said. I'm not going to give it an In a Violent Nature review where I was just gushing over that thing and I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's not quite that, but it's a good movie. It is a very solid horror movie that I really enjoyed. Isaiah is saying, I hope to see a torture scene in Terrifier 3 where Art has a rat eating through someone's flesh. Yo, Isaiah, you're speaking my language here, man. I love rats. I'm a big fan of rats, so this should be awesome. I'm all about this. Hell yeah, dog. Eating people's flesh. All right. Rock and roll. That kind of reminds me of that scene in Sinister 2 where they have the rats underneath the metal bowl and they're like heating it up and they dig through the people. Ugh. Isn't that messed up? Honestly, that's the one thing that I hyper fixate in my memory, at least, on Sinister 2. That's the one thing I remember from that movie. I think I've only seen it once. The first Sinister rocks. The sequel to Sinister, not so much, but it's good. I don't know. I would like to see another one in that franchise for sure, though. Kyle is saying, I just saw In a Violent Nature on streaming platforms. What a movie. Really boring ending. What would you think if they combined Jason with Joni in a movie? Who would win? Oh, with Johnny. Oh, I was like, wait, who's Joni? Yeah, if they combined Jason with Johnny in a movie, who would win? Have a good weekend, Jake? What's with the question mark at the end of that, Kyle? Is that a threat? Have a good weekend? Huh? Or don't? I'm just messing with you, man. I love the idea of more Johnny movies in the style of Jason flicks. I feel like in a lot of ways, In a Violent Nature is almost like a requel or some kind of continuation to Friday in some spiritual successor kind of way, right? That's kind of what I loved about it so much personally. It was like, it feels like a modern Friday the 13th. And I know some people are like, oh, it's really boring because you're just watching this guy walk through the woods. But like, I'm obsessed with killers. That's why I do all of this. It worked for me really well because I love just seeing the killer from Friday the 13th. That's basically what the movie is. You're just following Jason opposed to the annoying camp counselors. I thought it was awesome. It really worked for me because I'm kind of sick of seeing camp counselor stories about characters that I just frankly don't really care that much about. So it was cool to kind of focus on, in my opinion, the most interesting character from basically all of Friday the 13th. But in its own original sort of way. Chris Nash definitely has his own style, even though it is very much so influenced by Friday the 13th. Nothing wrong with that, though. Nothing wrong with standing on the shoulders of giants. I do agree, though, the ending is a bit of a misfire, but it's odd. It's like we're really just reinforcing themes for the last 10 minutes of this. Like, man, we could have done a lot more than that, I think. But really, my only negative thing I have to say about In a Violent Nature, I loved it, man. I was on the edge of my seat watching that screener. Noah Atkinson, what's up, bro? You got your tickets for A Quiet Place Day 1 this Tuesday? Dude, rock and roll with that. Tuesday movies, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, are hella cheap. Like, I discovered this maybe like a year ago. It's my job to watch movies and review them. So I have to see them like at the earliest screening I possibly can. But if I didn't have to do that, I would see more movies on Tuesday. And when I'm catching up on stuff like that I'm not covering on this page, I usually go and see it on a Tuesday because, wow, like you can get like $6 tickets on a Tuesday. That's crazy to me. That's awesome. So Noah, rock and roll, have fun, enjoy the movie on Tuesday. I won't be spoiling anything here in the stream, I promise. Well, I'll do my best. I will do my absolute best. 2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I have the hiccups so bad. I just woke up from a nap, believe it or not, which is why my face is all red, I think. I just slept for like 2 hours and I feel amazing. Like, this is the best I've felt on a live stream in maybe like months. I feel great. Like, it's amazing. Oh, but I'm like, I got that like post-sleep, like I'm so thirsty still. Like, I literally woke up 10 minutes before the stream went live. So I'm ready to go. Like, I feel sharp as a knife right now. Like, let's run it. Let's run it back. I'm so excited. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the 5, man. Really do appreciate it. Hello, did you happen to watch The Gate, one of the movies you put on your list? Hollywood Guy, my list is long. My list is very long, and I just got done, just got done with a rough cut of my short film. It is like 99% there. We're gonna send it out to some people and stuff. So we've been rushing and making that happen. Not rushing. I should rephrase this. We've been busting our asses to make this thing happen at a good rate. So we finally have something that's cut together. It's a movie now, essentially, and we're showing it off to people that I can't say more than that, unfortunately, right now. But been super busy with that. Hell, I have not had a whole lot of time to watch movies lately, which kind of blows, man. I'll tell you what. That's part of the reason why I want to start this new series on this page called Horror Hot Takes, where I get to go back, watch a movie, make a fun little video out of it, and you guys get to watch. If you have not seen that first episode, though, that came out on Monday, and we have a new episode going up on this Monday, as well as this Wednesday, covering X and Pearl leading up to Maxine this Friday. Ooh, exciting stuff, right? But I will definitely get to this at some point. In fact, you know what? I'm going to move it to the top of my list right now. The Gate. And I'm actually gonna find a place. I have so many notes. I have so many notes on different things. The Gate. I keep saying it. I just keep saying it over and over again. I'm gonna find where to watch this as well, Hollywood Guy, and I'm gonna move it to the top of my list because I'm just might cover it over on that series. I need more movies to watch, so after this week, I'm probably going to get into some weirder stuff. I got to cover X and Pearl before Maxine comes out, right? Like, this is the time. This is the time to rewatch them, right before the new entry comes out. We got to be doing that. But after that, I'm just going to be going through movies and making that whole series a thing. So it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to really start getting into that. It's going to be fun. It's a cheesy movie, you say? Nothing wrong with cheesy. I vibe with that. I'm here for it. I love me some goofy movies, man. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the 5. Really do appreciate you a whole bunch. Thanks for supporting the channel, man. Really does mean a lot. I missed a few chats before, and I kind of want to get back to them. I saw some people hanging out with us. What's up, RP Film Studio? How's it hanging? How's it hanging? What do you think will be the big kill in Terrifier 3? Dude, I'm betting on this shower scene. Damian Leone seems really excited about it. As I said, like literally, what, like 12 minutes ago now? He's tweeting about it. He's getting us all riled up for it. Seems like there's something there, man. And if you'll remember from like past interviews and all that, Damien has said that there is a scene in this movie that he believes tops everything that came before it. So could it be this new scene that he's hyping up? I think so. But we'll just have to see. I hope I'm surprised. I hope I'm wrong, if I'm being real. I want to be shocked. Like, I want to be shocked by something that I just wasn't expecting at all. But again, we'll just have to see in time. Not too long now. It's coming in October. Gyat Master, what's up, bro? How's it going? What a profile picture. What's the horror movie in 2024 that you're the most excited for? I mean, for the rest of the year, like if we were talking at January 1st, what was I the most excited for? Probably like In a Violent Nature. Like that was one I was really hyped up for. I was really hyped up for First Omen because the trailer looked awesome. That was a killer trailer for that movie. Alien Romulus, of course, because Fede Alvarez coming back making a horror movie. That's awesome. We love him. Great stuff. I mean, Long Legs now. I'm really excited for Long Legs, but I didn't hear about that one until a little later into 2024. But I'm very excited for Long Legs, Terrifier 3, and Alien Romulus. Those are like the top 3 for sure. VHS X though, which is the 7th installment coming out this October. I believe that's what it's called. That's what I'm hearing from my buddies who are VHS fans. That's what they're saying it's called. I'm very hyped up for that one too. I love the VHS franchise. So I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. But yeah, no, that's probably what I'm the most excited for. A lot of people have been asking this as well, Gyat Master. Have I seen The Exorcism? I've heard awful reviews, like across the board. Like I've yet to hear a good review. So I have not really had an interest. But I'll cover it if you guys want me to cover it. Just ask. Just keep asking and I'll get to it. And I see some really good comments that I want to get to here in a second. Oh my God. Y'all are on fire tonight. I love it. Villain Killing Dylan, thank you for being a member, my friend. Appreciate you. Dylan saying shower scene art guts the guy and strangles the girl with his entrails. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's a lot of, that's really messed up, Dylan. Yeah, you're a thinker, Dylan. I like that about you. Good stuff there. You might have to call up Damien for some kills in part 4. There we go. That's messed up. We've never, we've seen Art the Clown play with like organs and shit and like whatever, put on people's body parts onto them. But we haven't seen that from him yet. Using entrails as a weapon. That could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. I love that, Dylan. Thanks for being a member, bro. I appreciate you. This is really funny. I Like Screamin' Ice Cream is saying most of the bad reviews for day one is complaining about the pizza subplot when I really liked it since it made sense. What about me, I guess is what you're asking. That was the plot of the movie for me. Now, I wouldn't go so far as to say that wasn't even a subplot. The movie was about pizza and I loved that. I thought that was great. That was wonderful. That's all it needed to be, too. I think A Quiet Place Day One understood the assignment and just got in, got out. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies where I think some people are going to, I can imagine some people are going to walk out of this movie maybe a little disappointed thinking like, oh, I wish that movie like had more stakes, but like it didn't need to. That's okay. It's not this like overwhelmingly like pulse pounding, this is going to change the course of the Quiet Place universe. No, it just, it definitely does some stuff. Again, no spoilers. To assist the main storyline, which, as you see the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. But all in all, it's just a movie about two people looking for pizza in the apocalypse. And I think that's like wonderfully wholesome. It works so well with the vibe of the movie. That was one of the strongest elements for me, at least. Again, it doesn't always, the last two Quiet Place movies, like the stakes are so high, this and that, whatever. In this movie, it's a lot more about we're making the best of a bad situation. That is genuinely the plot of this flick. More than anything is that feeling, that tone, these characters finding that. And it's cool. It's great. I really enjoyed it. Elm Street's Last Brat. Can't wait to see it this Sunday. Enjoy. I'm really tiptoeing around spoilers here. I will make sure not to spoil that for you early. I promise. It's a good one though. It's fun. It's definitely worth your time and worthy of going to the theaters for. And I'm not just saying that because Paramount was hella cool to this page and sent me a bunch of cool shit like this t-shirt. I'm not just, I swear, like honest to God, I'm not even just saying that. It really is a fun time and a good continuation. Better than the last one, in my opinion. I thought this was a step above part 2. Maybe not so much part 1, but a step above part 2 for sure. Ethan and Stu lives. Dear God. Ethan and... That's the thing, too. If you bring back Stu at this point, you got to bring back Ethan. He died the same way, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. The girl in the bathroom in Scream could return for 7. Just some tiny details. Nancy Ann Ritter and Leonora Scelfo are fantastic. I'm so thankful to call them friends. They're so kind. And I don't. It's cool. It's very cool that in 5 years that I was able to make friends with some of these very cool people in horror, and those two especially are hilarious. They're fantastic. They would be great supporting characters in a new Scream film. I could tell you that much. So I would love to see them come back in some capacity. We never saw them die. That's all I'm saying. Made 4 short films inspired by both Terrifier and Blood and Honey called Beasts in the Cabin. They are up on my channel. Love your content. Thank you so much. I might have to check these out, my dude. Okay. Beasts in the Cabin. RP Film Studio, I do appreciate you hanging out with us, though. And thanks for liking the content. That means a lot. Putting a lot of hard work into it, so that really means a lot to hear. Thank you. Hayden Herbert is saying, I'm trying to write a horror movie about a demon possessing a serial killer. Ooh, I like this. Very, very Exorcist 3. And going on a killing spree through a town in the middle of winter. Okay. I'm here for it. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. It's very high concept. You know, that sometimes high concept ideas, they're tough to write, but go for it, man. Make it happen. If you gotta kind of figure it out, you know. It takes a little longer maybe to do something like that versus just like a normal slasher. But man, yeah, get it down, make it happen. Car Time Automotive is saying, haven't seen Exorcism Strangers Chapter 1 was not good, Jake. Oh, I know. Oh, I know, my friend. Also, for all you new school horror fans, y'all should watch the KillJoy movies. That clown was scary AF. I bought that. I bought the KillJoy movies as a joke because when I first started this page, people had 2 theories about why I called myself KillJoy Jake. One was they thought I was a fan of those movies, and 2, they thought I was a My Chemical Romance fan page. Neither of those things are true. But funny, nonetheless. Funny stuff, nonetheless. What else do we got going on here? Victoria Hayes should have been the final girl of Terrifier, but it just ain't gonna work out anymore. Yeah. I mean, they can't really do that anymore, right, William? She's kind of evil. She kind of gave birth to Art the Clown's head in the last one. So I don't know where they're gonna go with her next. It's cool to see that Victoria is still like part of it, though, right? We know that she's part of the cast for Terrifier 3. They haven't really talked much about her, though, which I think is interesting. Feel like she's going to have either a limited role or like maybe something really important. You'll notice that there was like no set pictures of Jonathan, Elliot Fulham's character, either. So I feel like, you know, some of the biggest like spoilers about the flick are going to revolve around those characters. Again, I don't know, but we'll have to see. Olaf the Snowman, what's up, Olaf? How's it going? I hope you're not melting right now. Dear God, we are almost into July. It's hot out there, man. Find a freezer or something. They need to remake Freddy vs. Jason, but Jackie Earle Haley versus Derek Mears. Oh, that would be awesome. You know, I've said this for a while now. The one thing I do like about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake is Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. I hate the writing with his character. I think making him what they made him is like just a terrible decision, all in all. But Jackie Earle Haley, man, that voice is creepy as hell. It really gets under my skin a couple times in that one. So I love that. I love his voice. He's a great actor. And Derek Mears, dude, I mean, maybe one of the best Jasons out of all of them. Honestly, I think Derek Mears is fantastic. So scary. One of the scariest Jasons by far. The 2009 Friday film is scary as hell, which is also getting a 4K soon, by the way. That's so exciting. I tweeted about it today and I'm like, I am doing my best to resist the urge of buying a movie I already have 2 copies of. I have a DVD of that and it's part of the box set right now. And I'm like, I can't justify buying that. I simply can't. But I want it so bad. It's one of my favorite Friday the 13th for sure. Since it's holiday themed, maybe Art lays in the snow and blends in. Then he surprises someone by popping out. Ooh, I like that a lot. Like he's like already he's already white. Maybe this is before he kills somebody, so he's not covered in blood yet. That's cool. I like that. There's that picture we got from Terrifier 3, like the first real like official still of Art the Clown in the movie, and it's like him in an attic, and he's only got like a little bit of blood on him. So I wonder if that's like early on in the flick or whatnot. What's going on there? But I don't know. It's exciting. It's cool stuff. I would love to see something like that, or something snowy in general. Which like we haven't seen any set pictures of snow in Terrifier 3 yet. Not that I recall. We've seen him like inside of a mall wearing the the mall Santa stuff and all that, but we haven't seen like much else. I don't know. I hope there is snow in the flick or some kind of outside kill. I think it would be kind of a missed opportunity, if I'm being honest, to have a Christmas slasher without a snowy kill. That would make me kind of sad. But again, we'll have to see. Jake, are you excited for the new Superman? I am excited for the new Superman. They're filming it like 20 minutes from my fucking house, dude, and I'm so mad. I got to get up there and check it out. There's not a lot of superhero movies I'm excited for anymore. I just feel like the majority of them haven't really hit with old Jake. But that one, I trust in James Gunn. The S Squad from 2021, which I can't say that word or the stream will just get taken down. That would suck. Yeah, no, that rocked. That was awesome. I see people saying that I'm just a DC fan. I love Marvel, but I don't really like him anymore. I'm gonna be real. Marvel hasn't impressed old Jake in a long time here, but everything I'm hearing about DC has me excited. I will say that. So I'm hoping that someone gets it back on track and we can have some good superhero movies again soon here. Hollywood guy saying, at least you're not a party pooper, Jake, right? At least, absolutely not. I hope I'm not a party pooper. I am the party, bro. No, I'm kidding. I try to bring the party to things. I always try to, talking about making the best of a bad situation. I always try to do that in real life as well, not just in A Quiet Place Day One. Honestly, that's the only way to live. Even if you're in a bad mood, sometimes you just got to put a smile on your face and have a good time, because sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes all you can do is just go find some pizza in the middle of the apocalypse. So absolutely not, man. Absolutely no party poops around here. Only poops on the windshields of my enemies. That's it, Hollywood guy. I'm just kidding. Thanks for the 5, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Same to you, Olaf. Thanks for the $10, dude. Buy it. I'll help. Now it's justified. No arguments. I can't argue with that. Thank you so much, Olaf. I appreciate it, man. That's going towards it. I promise. It is a sick 4K set. I don't know if you guys saw pictures of it or not. It was kind of going around on the social medias today. God, I feel like an old man. Friday the 13th, 2009. I'm looking it up and I have to say it while I type it, or else I will fuck that up. Yeah, I want to pull this up because I want to remember everything that's in it. Yeah, they have like a little poster that comes with it. It is a sick cover. I'm going to pull it up for you guys too, so you don't have to look it up yourselves. Jake's Gotcha. Jake's Gotcha 4K. It's 4K. Type. It's got a poster. It's got it's in 4K. It's got like a little Crystal Lake greeting card, which I think is cool. And there's some kind of booklet that comes with it too. I didn't exactly read up on all this stuff. Was busy editing my gaming video today, but it does look very cool, and I'm very excited for this set. It looks sick. Let's throw that up now. Sorry that took me so long. Bam! There we go. So, Olaf, I really appreciate the 10. Thank you so much. Let's show this off to everybody though. You get a poster of the 2009 movie. That 4K cover looks sick. I actually think the boy drowns thing is where the movie comes in, like just looking at this now, seeing the slipcover and all that, I'm like, oh, that might actually be something in there. I'm not 100%. Looks very cool though. I love the way this thing, I don't know, that cover's gorgeous. I've never seen that for the 2009. If that's like a poster maybe I had missed before or something. I love it. Looks really cool. Very good stuff. Jake, let's put a smile on that face as he says it to his victims. I just play serial killers. I swear I'm not an actual one. No promises. No, I'm kidding. No, kidding. Killing is only fun in the movies, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Easton Plays is saying that first still for Terrifier 3 looked AI generated. It looked a little smooth, but I think that was just the lighting. I don't think it was AI generated. Let's pull this up though. Let's do some investigative work. This is the first I'm hearing of this. This came out on May 1st, I believe. This picture right here. It does look smooth. I will say that. I see what you're saying about the AI thing. I pulled that one out a lot quicker than the 4K picture. Damn. But yeah, so there was a lot to talk about with this one. We're in a gross old attic with cobwebs. And honestly, I think what it is the lighting is just a lot better than what we've seen in Terrifiers 1 and 2. A lot of those shots, I mean, were too dark or something looked wrong about them in one way or the other. This looks a lot more technical. You can see the light on the cobwebs. We got like multiple backlights on all Art the Clown here. He's just lit up a lot better, which is why I think you might be thinking it looks a little too pristine. But I see what you're saying though. That's interesting. It looks real to me. Looks like real David Howard Thornton, but I don't know. 1L1L, what's up? Welcome back, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you. What if in Terrifier 3 there's a scene where Art jumps out of a snowman and kills someone? That would be cool. I also like that. I also like Art jumping out of Olaf the Snowman. Look at that. No, I like that. That would be fun. We got to get something with snow, right? I can't stop saying that. Like, it's got to be something snowy related. Because, like, dude, Art the Clown ripping someone up and having all the blood spray on the snow, like, that's just too aesthetically beautiful not to do. It's horrifying, but it would be beautiful at the same time. So 1L, this would be sick. What a setup to a kill. I mean, Art the Clown would be taking his time building a snowman around himself. You want to talk about movies that focus on the killer. This is what I want. I want to see I want to see 20 minutes of Art the Clown packing snow around himself and then waiting for someone to come by. That's hilarious. I'm all about it. I would watch 20 minutes of that. I don't care. That's hilarious to me. This guy's great. Gyat Master is saying, I think the shower scene in Terrifier 3 will be like Art pops out and hits both of them. That's kind of his style, right? He kind of just pops out of nowhere and he's like, how's it going? Rips you up. Yeah, I feel that. I do believe that our characters will be in the throes of passion, though, if you get my drift. They're throwing something around, and I'm not talking about a football. But yeah, so I do believe that these two characters will be boning in the shower, and then Art the Clown comes along. It's your typical slasher setup, but it's with Art the Clown this time around, so it's going to be super brutal. And he might be in the Santa costume, too, which I think makes it really interesting. That makes it fun for me, at least. Denisha Lane is with us. What's up, Denisha? How's it going? Thank you for being a member and a mod. Appreciate you a bunch. Thank you. Aiden V, how much money do you think all the movies you have in the background is worth? So, for the record, I have been collecting movies probably for 6 years now. I mean, God, dude, in that time period, like since 2018, I've been buying physical releases. I've spent some money on them. I will say that. I don't even want to put a number on it because it's embarrassing. It's probably a little embarrassing. I will say though, a lot of the stuff I have on my set is like I don't like to buy stuff for myself that often. I'm really just not that kind of person. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I actually, believe it or not, this is the most shit that's in my room. Like if you were to see the rest of my room, there's just not a whole lot of stuff in here. I really not crazy about buying stuff for myself, but a lot of the stuff in this room is like gifts from other people or stuff from like sets, productions that I've been on and stuff like that. You know, this poster is of course from Red Right Hand. You'll notice that there's a new little something right there. That's from the new thing we're working on. Can't tell you much more about it than that, but like these popcorn buckets were gifts. Carrie Crave Cinema, mad shout out to her for sending me that. The Ghostface thing in the background, Flash Skywalker, someone else who's a supporter of this page sent me that as well. The Michael Myers little Funko Pop, someone gave me that. All those tikis are gifts. The Killjoy Jake Funko Pop, it's a gift from my friend Jack. Shout out to Jack, he's awesome. We love him. He's been on the page before. He was the guy that was speaking French that one time. So yeah, I'm not really a big buy stuff for myself, but I do collect horror movies. That's the one thing I do. It's the one thing I'm like, okay, I gotta buy these movies. Like, what if they're not on streaming and I can't watch them? That's what I think. That's honestly why I do it. It's a little more of a practical reason, right? But also, horror movies are cool. I love them. Easton Plays is saying, have you seen the movie Sting? I did. I saw Sting in theaters for a Monday mystery movie thing. Like, I think I saw it early. I'm not 100%. I wasn't really following Sting marketing all that much. It was fun. Definitely not my favorite killer spider movie of the year, though. I gotta say that. I think Infested is leagues better. Hot take. If you guys have not seen Infested yet over on Shudder, highly recommend that one. Whoo, that one's good. But Sting was fun. The Weta Workshop worked on it, so the practical effects are great. And like the digital stuff too. It looks good. It definitely looks good. It's a little predictable, in my opinion. Like, it definitely had a plot where I was like, okay, I'm one step ahead of this movie the whole time. It's kind of how I felt with it. But it was still fun. It was still an enjoyable ride. I don't know if I would watch it again, though. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't have a whole lot of rewatchability, but I would recommend it if you're looking for a good killer spider movie. If you're like, I want one I haven't seen before. Put it on. It's good. It was like a 5 out of 10 for me. Like, I wasn't anything that blew my mind, but it was okay. What if art puts someone's head on a snowman? I like that too. I like that a lot too. That's a little more practical than getting into a snowman, right? But I vibe with that. That's a shot right there. That's an iconic shot. Putting on the shot, and all the blood's like draining down over the snow. Oh, there's something to be done there. I like that. What would I want to see in A Quiet Place Part 3? Great question. That's really tough because I think I was saying this on Dylan and Luke's live stream that we did back on Monday, talking a little bit about A Quiet Place and the franchise as a whole, what they're going to do for Part 3, because Part 3 is happening. It's totally happening. Come on now. Did you guys see how much money that A Quiet Place Day 1 made just in Thursday night previews? Part 3 is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I think if I want anything for Part 3, if there's something where I'm like, I'm dying for, this to happen, they got to find a way to unstick themselves out of a corner that they've written themselves into, right? Because Quiet Place Part 2, where it ends, we now have a massive solution to this worldwide apocalypse. I feel like Part 2 should have been separated into 2 separate movies. Honestly, I feel like it's overstuffed. That's another big problem I have with Part 2. Like, there's too much going on, them getting to the island all in one movie after the fallout from Part 1. Part 2 should have been honestly, I think the best way they could have written this trilogy would have been like, everything that happens in Part 1, keep it the same. Love it. Part 1 rocks. Part 2 should have been them trying to get their shit back together. They go to one of those other settlements like around the area. That's where you get Cillian Murphy, however you pronounce his name. I've heard it said both ways so many times. I'm still not 100% sure. They go to Emmett. There you go. They go to Emmett, and he's like, maybe they're just trying to figure out their shit with him as they're getting attacked with aliens. That could be a whole movie. I would not be against that. Then at Part 3, they get to the island. They broadcast the signal over the radio, and that's how they're able to kill the monsters. Because now with Part 3, we're already there. We're already at broadcasting the signal and killing all the monsters. So now anyone in the world can do that. They have that figured out. So I really don't know what they're going to do for Part 3 to continue the story. I really hope they don't make it where the humans are the bad guys now. I feel like that's a little Walking Dead to me. We got a taste of that in Part 2, and it's, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Nothing that really gripped me, if I'm being real. Maybe it's realistic, but, this is a monster movie at the end of the day. I want to see monsters attacking people. And I will say, I also think that A Quiet Place is a romantic apocalypse a little bit. We definitely saw that a bit in Day 1. And what I mean by that is that it's a little more like, here are characters coming together over this terrible situation. Day 1 really hits on that really well, but I think the other 2 movies do too. Like, that's not like a shock or surprise that happened in A Quiet Place Part 1, it's not a shocking surprise that happened in this new movie, because we kind of got a taste of that in the last 2 flicks. Like, these characters, yes, they are depressed because of what is going on. They're not in a very good headspace. But at the end of the day, they are making the best of it. That sequence where Emily Blunt and John Krasinski are dancing in the basement, listening to the music on the headphones, it's wholesome. It makes you care about these characters. It's wonderful. I love it. And there's a ton of scenes like that across all 3 of these movies. So I think the biggest thing that I want from Part 3 is I want to see humans working together against these monsters. Because yes, it might not be realistic, but it's part of the romanticized fantasy that we're watching on screen. That's the tone of these movies. That's where I would like them to keep it. I think turning humans evil is something that Walking Dead would do, maybe not so much A Quiet Place. So those are a lot of my thoughts with it, but I might end up making a video about A Quiet Place 3 now that A Quiet Place Day 1 is really gaining a lot of attention. A lot of people are seemingly liking it. The majority of the reviews I've seen are very positive, so thinking about that. Any updates on the back rooms or Welcome to Derry? We've had some Trayvon, you might have asked that question on the last stream actually, but yeah, someone was asking about the back rooms on Wednesday, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. There's been nothing about that. Welcome to Dairy, though. We did have an update on recently. We know it's coming out next year, and we know that it's going to be airing on HBO as well as becoming a Max original as well. So that's kind of an interesting update. I thought that was cool. Usually they're just like going straight to streaming or whatever, but this one's actually, it's going to television too, which is something I don't say too often, unless we're talking about like the Chucky show. But yeah, there's not too many of those. So I thought that was cool. Eric, big ol' smiley face. What's up, dude? How's it going? I love it. Positivity, man. Jake, do you know who is going to be cast in Scream 7? Maybe my idea for the cast is Sydney Sweeney, Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, Patrick Dempsey, Richard Harmon, Milo Manheim, Addison Rae. Very interesting casting decisions. I could definitely see Milo Manheim and Addison Rae because, you know, they've already worked with Spyglass, and, you know, rumor has it Patrick Dempsey is probably going to be on board the cast for Scream 7. You might remember he was in Thanksgiving, another Spyglass slasher. That would make sense, right? If we were to do this as well. That would be cool. I'd be very into that. Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. Sydney Sweeney is a pretty big ticket, right? Because she's like pretty much A-list if she's not already. Come on now. So I don't know. I don't know if she would be in it or not, but I would love to see Sydney Sweeney in Scream 7. I wasn't like, I remember like when she was just on Euphoria, people were like, oh dude, Sydney Sweeney's great. And I'm like, okay, I'm just not really interested in that show. Not really. I read the plot synopsis. Doesn't really sound like it would be for me. But then I saw her in like some more stuff, and I'm not talking about Madam Web. I'm literally talking about any other movie she's done. And I was pretty blown away. I really like a lot of her movies. That Anyone But You flick, which I'm probably going to get some heat for this. I don't care. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that because there's not a lot of good rom-coms these days. There's not. There's a lot of studios that are terrified to make a horny movie. And listen, I'm just being straight up. There's a lot of movies out there that they're terrified to take a chance on something like that. But those are the best rom-coms. Fight me. It's the truth. They managed to do that there, and that's why that movie made so much money. Same thing with Immaculate from this year. Fucking terrifying. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a big religious horror guy. Really, The Exorcist is the only one that I'm like raving about. And the original The Omen, in all fairness. Both of those rock, in my opinion. Some of the better horror movies of all time, for sure. But Immaculate, dude, that just struck a chord with me. That one really worked. In terms of like just how it was laid out, and the story structure was very efficient. I loved the ending. The ending is fucking terrifying, and the characters were great. I also think it has some of the best editing in a flick all year. Some of the sound design in Immaculate was insane. But Sydney Sweeney, I think she's excellent. And she's obviously no stranger to horror at this point. I would love to see her in Scream 7. That would be awesome. That would be great. Be a great cast right there. Some excellent stuff. I can see some more Thanksgiving holdovers though, for sure, Eric. I see I'm smelling what you're stepping in, and I'm here for that. I'd also love to see Milo Manheim be more than just a red herring this time around. Ooh, maybe he's not just suspicious. Maybe he is suspicious, if you catch my drift. So, I hope Scream 7 starts filming soon, Eric. It's rumored that it'll most likely be this fall, like September, October time period when they'll be filming. So we won't have to wait too much longer before we start getting some like real big updates, I don't think. I promise by like the end of this year, we're going to know a lot more about Scream 7. We're just kind of playing the waiting game right now. Jake leg reveal. I guess I do sit in all of these videos, right? It's funny stuff. I remember I did a stream for Lethal Collective one time, which was an old channel I used to run in case you're new here. And I started it with my legs up one time, like on, like I can't, it was something like this. I was like, haha. And it looks kind of gross. I won't do it again here, but I guess I just did, didn't I? Yeah. What do I know? You're a Marvel and DC guy? Hell yeah, dude. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Thirst is a goofy but scary film. I can't remember. That sounds familiar. I don't know if I've seen that one or not. Thirst. Sounds familiar. I'll have to look that up, Dylan. Random, what do you think the runtime will be for Terrifier 3? Probably around 90 minutes, if I had to guess. And, you know, I think some people are saying right now, they're like, oh, you know, that was the biggest flaw with Terrifier 2. It was too long. The creators don't think that. I'll tell you that much right now. They don't think that. They know that that movie being as long as it was made it probably as successful as it became. But I think that Terrifier 3 needs to go back to like a 90 minutes realm, maybe like 100 minutes, somewhere around there. And the only reason I say that is because I don't want them to try to do the same movie again. And Damien has said this multiple times. He has no interest in doing the same flick twice. And I think that is such a great way to run a franchise. So I don't think he's going to go for mega slasher again. But I do believe he's going to try to give us something tight, 90 minutes, really well done. Almost like if he remade Terrifier 1, but with a better story. That's kind of, with the way he's talking about it, all the interviews I've seen with him, that seems to be the case. And I'm very excited for it, man. Terrifier 3 is the movie I'm the most excited for this year, for sure. Like, without a doubt. Lots of good stuff coming, but that's the one, man. That's the one. Uncharted 2 thoughts. I wasn't really crazy about the first one. It was fun, but it just wasn't like Uncharted. Like I played all those video games. Tom Holland is not Nathan Drake. I'm sorry. the casting is pretty terrible for the two leads, but it was fun. It was a fun movie as a standalone. It's not a very good Uncharted movie in my opinion. Uncharted 2, I'll see it. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know if I have a whole lot of excitement for that flick, but I will see it. I will definitely see it. I like Tom Holland and I like Mark Wahlberg. I like those actors, but I just don't think they're very good in their respective roles for those specific characters. It's just a very strange casting choice, in my opinion. Scream 7 or Scary Movie 6, which one am I more excited for? I mean, probably Scream 7. Everyone always loses their minds when I say this. I've never been like over the moon about Scary Movie. Like I will put it on when I'm, inebriated with friends. That is the best time to put on the Scary Movie movies. I'm not watching Scary Movie by myself, just watching a movie. You know what I mean? Like I would have no interest in doing that. I don't know. Those are movies that are really only funny in a group setting to me, which I've just never been the craziest about those kinds of movies. There are comedies like that. There are action flicks like that. There's a ton of movies like that where I feel like they're just event films, and that's kind of about it. You know, Scary Movie kind of falls into that category for me. Like I think the MonsterVerse flicks are kind of that. You know, like Godzilla X Kong. I saw that recently, and I don't know. I mean, it was fine. It's whatever. But it's really like the reason you're watching is because it's like here's a big monkey fighting a giant lizard. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Oh my God, it's exciting. That's something to see in the theaters one time and never watch again. With Scary Movie, it's kind of the same thing. It's like we're gonna rip on all the horror movies in the most offensive way we possibly can. It's like, okay, that's funny, but I don't know. Like now I'm just kind of like, they're fine. They just don't have, they lack substance. You know, they're funny in the moment when you're watching them with buddies again, but do I have any interest in like rewatching those a bunch of times? I don't know. Not really. But I'll see Scary Movie 6, I'll watch it. My buddy Darjan loves those movies, like loves the Scary Movie franchise so much, is very passionate about it. And he's actually, like, when Scary Movie 6 got announced, he actually called me and he's like, Jake, we have to do a video on Scary Movie 6. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I love his passion for that franchise. So at some point you will see a Darjan video on this page talking about that. Probably when, we know more things about it though, of course. Blue Jay Spectre soup. Yes. Soup is always good. That is always what's up, Blue Jay. I am thinking about getting some chicken and gnocchi soup from Olive Garden at some point. I don't know if listen, I don't know if you've had that or not, but it rocks. I'm a big food guy. I'm passionate about two things in this life, and it's horror movies and a good soup. So who's Sydney Sweeney? What? Marley Kai. I keep hearing her name, but I don't know who she is. I first heard her name from Euphoria, but I would check out her lead role in Immaculate. That is, in my opinion, the best thing I've seen her in so far. Immaculate's a horror movie that came out earlier this past April. I thought it rocked. I thought it was really cool. I recommend it. One of my favorite horror movies of the year so far. Definitely in my top 3, like without a doubt. So give that one a watch if you want to get to know who she is. That's probably, in my opinion, her best performance, at least that I've seen. So, KillJoy is pretty nice compared to Arts, except for that he and his posse ripped that girl to shreds and ate her. I've only ever watched the first KillJoy movie. I I don't really remember it much, but I do own the box set, which is like right there, like that little red sliver right there. It's like the trilogy box set. I bought it for a joke because I'm KillJoy Jake. Ugh. You don't watch religious horror? They suck so bad for real, 100%. Dude, you can't be saying that when The Exorcist exists, though. Like, I mean, without that flick, I don't know. I mean, listen, if there's a top 10 list of movies that shaped horror, you know, like that, The Exorcist is easily on that list. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I know some people are like, oh, it's slow nowadays, this and that, whatever. But I mean, that's fine. But you got to respect the classics. You know what I mean? Like, is Dracula and, you know, all those old school Universal monster movies, are those like the best movies ever made? I don't know about that, but they're classics. You got to respect them, you know? Frankenstein still holds up, though, and that's really impressive, in my opinion. Frankenstein rocks. Splattercast, what's up, bro? How's it going? How you guys doing? Immaculate, The Coffee Table, and The Devil's Bath are all 2024 films with one common element. I have an idea of what you're talking about, and I have not seen the latter two there, but I've heard insanely good things about The Coffee Table and The Devil's Bath, which just hit Shudder today, I believe. So I'm actually going to give that a watch here soon. I'm dying to see that. It comes from the same people who made Goodnight Mommy and The Lodge, which are horrifying flicks. I don't know if you guys haven't seen those. Whew, man, brutal movies. So I'm very excited to see this one. The Coffee Table, I've heard from multiple people, including Stephen King, who said it was like one of the most fucked up movies of the year. And I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm here for that. Very here for that. Again, we'll have to see. Any new Terrifier 3 news, asks Alejandro. What's up, bro? How you doing? So not a whole lot of crazy stuff, not a whole lot to report. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, we found out that, you know, like the big tweet from Damien Leone, which I already covered in today's live stream, that was kind of big. That was exciting stuff. He talked a little bit about, expanding upon the shower kill scene that I've been talking about for a while on this page. So that's cool. That's good stuff. And we also know that Tom Savini is part of the cast, you know, I mean, stuff like this, you know, you probably have heard this through the grapevine at this point, if not through my videos. If it wasn't my videos, I'm a little sad by that, but at the same time, I hope you know, I hope you're informed because it's exciting stuff. Terrifier 3 releases in early October in theaters, and then it'll probably be on streaming in December. Is my guess. The December thing is not confirmed, though. But, you know, likely. It's a Christmas slasher releasing in October. What's the best time to release it on streaming? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's that's a given. The Weekend is Wicked. I like that. I like that title. I was really into The Weeknd for a while. I don't know if I'm still listening to his music, but there was a time period where it, like, I want to say like 2021. That's like all I listened to for a while. I really like a lot of his stuff. Should you watch Halloween Kills again? Yeah, why not? Halloween Kills rocks. That's a fun one, man. I'm gonna go through that franchise, I think, again this October because, man, I rewatched Halloween 5 recently, and I was like, this movie is ridiculous. Like, this is such a ridiculously bad movie. I love it. It's insane. But I got to go through that franchise again because watching that movie again, I'm like, I completely forgot about how fucking strange this flick is. Damn. Well, Halloween is such an interesting franchise. I don't know. Fascinating to me. Fascinating. Am I dead yet? Hey. What's up? Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Joe Biden, the president of the United States. Hello. Welcome in. Rough debate last night, but thanks for being here. DeJanker is saying, if Art was chasing you, what item would you use to least slow him down to get away? What would I use to slow down Art? So I mean, like, I'd probably hit him in the knees or something, right? I mean, that seems to work. just whip something behind me, hope I hit the knees. The knees are a good weak point, man. You don't realize, like, listen, I'm getting old. I'm 25. I'm getting old, okay? My knees are starting to hurt. My back hurts all the time now. I'm just like, you know what? If someone hit me really hard there, I would definitely stop running. Tell you what. Yeah, the Terrifier release is October 11th. I believe did they move that date? Like, wasn't it releasing like a week like later? And then they moved it back a week, if I remember correctly. The specific date's always been fucking me up for that reason. Because I'm like, I know they moved it, which is weird. Spooky Time Studios. That's my favorite time, is spooky time. What's your least favorite horror movie? My least favorite horror movie that I've talked about on this page is probably Pet Sematary Bloodlines. That was a waste of time and money and a subscription to Paramount Plus. What the fuck? That was rough. What's my least favorite horror movie ever though? So me and my buddy Connor, which I probably have talked about this before, but him and I are very obsessed with watching bad movies. And we have like, we've watched a lot at this point, like probably 50 movies that look rough. We've gone through them, and there have been some stinkers in there, but the one that sticks in my brain, the one that is like, this killed brain cells while I was watching it kind of movie, is Day of the Dead 2 Contagium. I swear to God, that's the worst film ever made. There's been some bad ones that I've watched in my time, but that movie has nothing going for it. It is a zombie movie that lacks zombies almost entirely, and there's not a whole lot else to care about. Lots of dialogue, lots of bad dialogue, and characters that I can't even... I've seen it twice now, and I can't remember the character names. It's too long. It's goddamn awful. Oh, God. Yikes. Oh, my God. It's rough. But yeah, if you want to waste 2 hours of your life, there you go. Check that one out. The Smile 2 trailer is pretty good. It is. It's very good stuff. I'm hyped for Smile 2. That's another one to be excited about, in my opinion. I think that Smile 2 is taking a really interesting direction with its sequel. I'm glad that it's kind of doing a similar format, but with a totally different character, like a very, very different character, which lends itself to a different story. A character who has more resources and more money to play around with. How is she going to get away from this entity, you know? I think there's a lot there. I think there's potential for Smile 2 to be something special. But again, we got to see it first, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Smile 2. It looks good. That trailer won me over. I haven't done a cooking stream. No. I think I should. I think I should steal that from Sista Pam. I'm actually, it's funny. I'm thinking about cooking up some pasta this weekend. I was just talking to my girlfriend about that. I'm like, I want to cook pasta so bad. Like, I just want to make like an unbelievable amount of pasta this weekend. That is all I want to do. I'm resting up this weekend a little bit because it has been pure insanity in this household, basically since like March. Between working on a short film, starting channels, doing all this stuff, hitting 25,000 subscribers. Crazy stuff around here. So I'm taking the weekend to rest and cook some food because that is what I like to do to relax. That and watching horror movies. So man, you're giving me some ideas though, Marley Kai. I'll tell you what, I'm really thinking about that. That sounds like fun. I'd have to move all of this into a different room, which would be a nightmare, but but I would do it for you guys. I would do it for all of y'all. Oh, dude, yeah, the new Beavis and Butthead is great. I turn that on all the time. I hear there's a new season coming for that. That is so funny. Like, I cannot believe how good Beavis and Butthead is still, which is like, what? Like, what? You would not expect the new season to be good, but it's good because instead of music videos, they're reacting to TikToks, which makes a lot of sense considering who Beavis and Butthead are. You know what I mean? They're just dumb teenagers, basically, right? So it kind of makes sense that they would just be watching TikToks opposed to MTV now. And I think that's it's a brilliant evolution of that series. I don't know. They've put a lot of good stuff in there. Mike Judge, man, he really just does a lot of great shit with a lot of his shows. I'm very excited for whatever comes next from that. I loved both of those seasons. Very good stuff. Ice Cold Juice is saying Jeepers Creepers Reborn is a crime against humanity. Damn, that's brutal. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. It was a waste of time. I think the funniest thing about Jeepers Creepers Reborn is when I went to go see it, Ice Cold Juice. I remember I like talking to people. I'm very much so extroverted. That's why I do this. I enjoy talking to people. I remember I got to the theater to see that one, and I was hearing all this bad stuff. All the pictures of the creeper that came out didn't look good. I was not expecting anything from the flick, but I sat down next to this couple, and they were, a little older. They were maybe in their 40s, and they were like, "Oh my God, like the first two Jeepers Creepers flicks, like they're some of my favorite horror movies. Love them so much." And I was like, hell yeah, it's like, oh, that's great. And they were telling me about how much they disliked the third one. They were like, oh, that third one sucked. We're hoping that this one's good. And I just didn't have the heart to tell them anything I knew about the flick already. I just didn't have it in me. I felt so bad. They were like huge fans. They were both like wearing t-shirts of like the van and the creeper from the movie. Hang on. I'm so thirsty. Ugh. I told you guys I just woke up from a nap, so I'm I'm crazy dehydrated. No, but we watched the movie, and that flick happened to all of us, and I just remember sitting there and just being like, I can't even fucking believe, like, I can't even believe what I watched. And they just look at each other, like they just do like that. They got up and left. They didn't even say another word to me. Like. No words were exchanged. They just got up, they left, and I was like, that said, like, I was trying to think, after I watch a movie I'm going to review, I'm like, what do I say? What do I say in the review? And I'm like, that just said it all. That said exactly how I feel about this movie from that little, that little move. So yeah, no, I mean, crime against humanity. I can't argue with that. Actually, okay, the funniest thing about that screening to me, though, was the fact that you have the director coming, like, I don't know if you guys saw it in theaters or not, but what happened before the theater screening is that the new director comes on and he's like, guys, like, this is, we're bringing the franchise back. This is the greatest movie ever. Like, he hyped it up. And the thing about Jeepers Creepers Reborn, if you have not seen it, is it sucks from the get-go. Like, the opening scene, I don't know. Can I spoil it now? Does anyone really care? The opening scene of this movie wastes a legendary actress, like wastes her, and it like ruins the cliffhanger from part 2, which that was a big thing about this movie that I was excited for, to see how they were going to move on from that. Man, yikes! I mean, that was not the move, Timo. Not the move. So he's a bit of a laughing stock now, which is a shame, but goddamn. South Park is better to watch alone. Beavis and Butthead is better to watch with a buddy. I can't argue with that, but I will say there is some stuff about Beavis and Butthead I like. I don't know. It's fun. South Park is excellent, just through and through. I don't know. That is one of my favorite animated shows, like, of all time. I love South Park. It works really well for me. Great satire. For sure. I think that's a big thing. Some people are like, oh, South Park is just, it's just offensive and this and that. It's satire. It's making fun of stuff. It's got a point. It's always got a point to it. And I think that's a big thing about South Park that makes it stand above some of the more nonsensical, like, Adult Swim stuff. Like, I love a lot of Adult Swim shows, but like South Park it's a little smart. It's got a little bit of an edge to it that actually makes it intelligent. So I don't know. It's always been one of my favorites. And you're also saying that Reborn would be okay as a standalone if it weren't for the awful, embarrassing one-liner near the end. Dude, I mean, but what about the CGI cops? Bro. that to me, like, it was the double whammy of that one-liner, which I'll never forget for the rest of my life, and the fact that when the cops roll up, man, oh my God, I'm like, what are these Resident Evil 1 looking ass cops doing at the scene of the crime? What is going on here? That was wild. JT Owsley is saying the movie 1114. You recommended this to me before, and I have not had, dude, I haven't had I've been working and sleeping for 4 months now. I have not had, I've had time to watch movies at the theater, and that's just about it, unfortunately. But at some point I'm going to get around to this. It's better than X and Pearl combined. Get ran over by a Cleaver film with 2 traffic accidents. Can't believe it's not more widely known. All right. Damn. Some hype, bro. I'm going to have to check that out. Okay. Good stuff. I have a whole list of all the movies that people have recommended to me, and I'm slowly chipping away at it. There's probably like 30, 40 films on that list. I'm getting to it. Old Jake is probably going to take a YouTube break in November because oh my God, I'm starting to feel the burnout a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I love this page so much. Like I always have a blast. I'm so thankful for it. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for what I have here, but whew, this year has been a lot. between the short film and keeping up with all the news, it's nuts, man. Ethan Blackburn, thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. Jake, I'm seeing A Quiet Place at 10. I'm hyped. Enjoy, dude. Enjoy. What quiet snacks do I need to bring? Something that doesn't make any noise. That's a great point. I think the crunch from nachos will be too much. Okay, something I will say is walking into this movie, my girlfriend and I were like, okay, what are we gonna have for snacks? Because we can't do popcorn. Like we can't do popcorn for this movie. We learned that the hard way from Quiet Places 1 and 2, which we had both seen in theaters on separate occasions, which I thought was really funny. Pretzels. Get a soft pretzel, dude. Like that's something we were talking about, like walking in. We're like, oh, yeah, if we get a pretzel, like I'm not crazy about pretzels, but she was like, I'm gonna get a pretzel, you know. So get a pretzel, dude. Like that'll rock. That'll be good. Get the little gummies, you know, like little gummy candy. That's quiet, you know. A little chewing in here, but but not so much out there, you know. Like something crunchy you're gonna hear that, you know what I mean? But yeah, so maybe something gummy or like a pretzel if you're into that. That's a great question though, because dude, when I saw the first A Quiet Place, like I was like raising the popcorn up so slowly to my mouth and like like that, you could just hear it across the theater. I'm like, fuck. I think I left the theater for the first A Quiet Place with like a full thing of popcorn, just pitched it. I'm like, damn it. So yeah, nachos, popcorn, that's out for A Quiet Place day one. But what I will say is that day one is probably the loudest movie of the entire franchise, which is a really funny thing to say. You probably will have less. It'll be easier to eat stuff during this movie than the past two flicks for sure. Mr. Brownstone. Okay, that's all I can sing without getting in trouble. What's up, dog? How's it going? Thoughts on Nosferatu? I'm hyped for it after seeing that trailer. That looks cool. It's from Robert Eggers, so it's gonna rock. Don't know what to tell you. I mean, like the guy just doesn't miss. 3 flicks he's 3 for 3 with all of his movies. Like they're all. And they're not just like good movies, they're all like banging movies. Like these are like all movies I would watch again and again and again. Although I will say The Witch is a lot. The Witch's dialect makes it kind of tough, but it's a really well-made movie. So that's why I really like it. I don't know if I'm out here watching The Witch 1,000 more times, but it's a great movie. It's a great flick. Lighthouse, so much fun, and the Northman is just an epic. Like just an epic fucking, oh my god, that was awesome kind of movie. It's definitely like a hell yeah. Like you're just sitting back and you're like, that was so cool, bro, kind of movie, you know, but I love it. Nosferatu, it's coming from the same guy. Robert Eggers can do no wrong. I think it's going to be great. If there's any match made in heaven with a new horror director doing something from the past, it is without a doubt Robert Eggers doing Nosferatu. I can't think of a better director to be attached to a project, frankly. So match made in heaven. This is going to be one of the best horror movies of the year, without a doubt. Bring Twizzlers. There you go. Mastermind Killer. That's really smart. Twizzlers will definitely be a good option for Quiet Place. I love Twizzlers, man. Twizzlers rock. I like the weird flavors though. I'm kind of not crazy about just the cherry, you know, like the other flavors though are so good. Like they have like the red and the yellow ones that are like lemon and cherry flavored. Oh my god, those are crazy good. Like I can't control myself around a bag of one of those. Good stuff. Your birthday is in November? Well, hey, listen, no worries. I'm just taking 2 weeks off in November, probably like at the start of the month. So just to pre-warn you guys for that. I need it so bad. Like, listen, old Jake has got, I don't really like to talk about this that much. I'm not really a big, like, hey, share my personal life on the internet. I'm not crazy about that, really. Not really that kind of person. I just come on here to talk about horror movies. But I have a heart condition, like real, like bad, like to the point where I actually have to stop and like, I have to stop everything I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, my heart's freaking out. This is bad when I get overworked. And I've been getting to the point where that's been happening more and more and more because I like keeping up with YouTube and news and making a movie. It's insane. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, I don't think my health is in a good shape because of how much I'm working right now. I have to take some time off. So, the first 2 weeks of November, not a whole lot is going on horror movie wise. Every year that I have done KillJoy Jake, those first 2 weeks of November, I mean, no matter how much I post, those views just drop, dog. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take that time off and rest and finally do that. Pretty much from here to the rest of the year, there is horror movie shit happening like every week. Like there is some big new movie or something that I would like to cover. So your boy's going to be going strong until then. But oh my God, I am going to do jack shit those first 2 weeks because your boy needs it. I got to start taking care of my health a little better. So for sure. But I promise, as soon as that new A24 movie drops in November, your boy will be back. So I think it's November 14th that comes out. What is it? Heretic from Scott Beck and Brian Woods. I will definitely be covering that for sure. Very excited for that. This is a very good comparison. A Quiet Place or It from 2017. Which one do I like better? That's tough. Wow. I really got to think about this because I think A Quiet Place is like a tighter film. It's a tighter film that feels just really good for what it is. There are elements of it that I like more than A Quiet Place, but it is a little sloppier in my opinion, which is a very hot take. But some of the CGI looks kind of rushed in that movie, which I'm not crazy about. I mean, Bill Skarsgård's performance is great, though a lot of the kids are awesome, which, I can't name too many movies where all the kid actors are fantastic across the board. That's a rarity for sure. Man, oh my God. I mean, that's very hard because these are similar films in terms of like how they feel and how they utilize things to scare you. Oh my God, that's really tough. I'm going to say that I'm going to lean towards A Quiet Place, but It 2017 is really well done. Fuck. That's good stuff. That's a really good question. I'd have to really break down both of those movies to figure that out. But good stuff. Good stuff. VKD is saying, what snacks do you guys prefer at movies? Mine is popcorn, sour Skittles, and Diet Pop. That's a great mix right there. I love sour Skittles, man. Rock and roll to that. I usually get a cherry Coke and popcorn. That's my go-to. I love cherry Coke is the best soft drink on the planet, in my opinion. I can't get enough of it. It's great. Drink healthy, kids. Don't drink pop. But I love when I want a pop, man, it's a cherry Coke. That just rocks for me. That and popcorn, great mix. Very good stuff there. If I get candy, I'm trying to think what candy I usually get. I really like Snow Caps. Snow Caps are crazy underrated, in my opinion. Bunch of Crunch, awesome. Skittles are great. Can't argue with Skittles. Trying to think. Oh, the sweet tart ropes. Those are crazy good. I really like those. I really do appreciate all of y'all too. You guys are so sweet. Take as much time as you need. Health is more important. You deserve a break. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really thinking I'm gonna commit to that break. The last time I took time off from the channel was in January of 2023. So I'm like, man, I gotta chill. I'm really excited. Listen, I'm working so hard though because I made we've made a lot of crazy shit happen behind the scenes. Like there's some stuff coming up for this page that you guys aren't even gonna believe, and unfortunately, it's stuff that I can only talk about now, but and try to hype up. But you're not gonna believe 2025 is gonna be an insane year for this channel. That's all I'm gonna say. Holy shit. I'll stop talking about myself so much. Let's try to talk a little more about horror, but some exciting stuff is coming. You guys won't even believe it when you see it. If I see an evening or night movie, I'll have a beer. My theater has a bar. Nice. Yeah, we have at the Cinemark by our house, we have like one of those slushy machines with the the alcoholic beverages. It's good stuff. I usually get like the Jack and Coke float, like if I'm feeling saucy. If I'm not reviewing a movie, I try not to be inebriated when reviewing a movie. I will say, back in 2021, I reviewed a movie that I saw inebriated. And I might have given it a nicer score than it deserved. Looking back on that review, I'm like, wow, I don't know if that was fair. So I no longer do that. I don't do that anymore. So ices are your ish. Hell yeah. Ices are great. I haven't had one of those in forever. I don't know why. I just never have the urge to get those, but they're great. The blue icy is chef's kiss. Love me a blue icy. Good stuff. Popcorn and a Coca-Cola. There you go. Can't argue with that. The uncle puts cherry Coke, sweets on his pizza, and then making a movie on the sweets on his pizza. That's odd, but I'm here for it. Jake, can I ask you a question and you respond? Absolutely, Jamie. Rock and roll. Ask it. Ask away. Ask away. Cherry ices are the goats. I mean, I can't argue with that. Those are also good. Also good stuff, man. Oh my God. This has been a pretty slow week for horror news, by the way. I mean, we had a few things here and there, like just looking back at some of the videos from this past week. Like, I think the last video I did was just a bunch of rumors. Yeah, the Nosferatu trailer. I mean, we did get a Scream 7 cast update. That was exciting. You know, Roger Jackson is back for Scream 7. He was talking a little bit about that in some kind of new interview with other Scream cast members. That was cool. But I don't know, not a whole lot of crazy news this week. That 4K of Friday the 13th, 2009, there was that. But nothing like insane this week. You know, nothing where I'm like, oh my God, that was crazy. I think a lot of it too is because, you know, with The Quiet Place coming out, like this is a notoriously big franchise now at this point. Notorious is the wrong word. It's a famously profitable series of movies. So a lot of people tend to go and see these ones. I think that's kind of why, if I'm being real. Like, this week was just a Quiet Place week. That's what people cared about this week. That's about it. That no one wants to try to compete with that news, which I get. But dude, I really enjoy that movie. It's fun. Spooky Time Studios is saying still haven't seen Quiet Place Day One yet. Is it good? It's good. It's worth a trip to the theater. It's not like, holy crap, that was the best movie of the year. I wouldn't say that. Honestly, if I had to rank it, like so far, let me look at my list for 2024. I'm trying to think where I'd put it. I don't even know if it would be in my top 10. It's a good movie. Listen, I'm not saying it's bad, but there's been a lot of good movies this year. So looking at my list, I'd probably put it at number 10, if I'm being real. Like, there were 9 more movies I saw this year that I liked better. It's an 8. I think it's like an 8, a 7 out of 10, somewhere in that range. It's well done. It's a good movie. I don't know if it like hits all the same beats as the other flicks, but what I did really like about it is it has an effective emotional story. And I can't say the same about part 2, at least for me. Part 2 just didn't hit those same strides, even though it was really suspenseful. Like, part 2 is scary as fuck, but I don't know if it has that same like emotional, like almost bring you to tears. You're so sad about shit going on, like how part 1 kind of does, at least for me again. But Day One, it was fun. It was definitely worth the trip to the theater. Honestly, for Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn's performance alone, it was worth my time. They killed it. They were great. So that was awesome. At my local Sprint, they have a Sweet Tart Icy. That's awesome. Sweet Tart Icy? That sounds good. Hell yeah, dude. What's your most anticipated movie for July besides Long Legs? Probably Maxine. Those are the 2 movies next month I'm super excited for. There's some other stuff coming out in July, I want to say. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. Again, these are the movies that are dominating my headspace at the moment. I'm very excited for both of these. I'm hearing very good things about both, too. News? Patrick Dempsey will be in Scream 7? Did this just come out today? See, you say this, and then I'm going to be looking it up. So I'm not seeing anywhere that's confirming that, although it is likely. I don't think that's confirmed. So I don't think that's 100% yet. But Patrick Dempsey will likely be in the flick. But yeah, nothing confirmed. I mean, you know, Courtney Cox isn't confirmed yet. Patrick Dempsey's not confirmed yet. But I mean, like, how are you going to tell another Sydney story without her husband? You know what I mean? How are you going to tell a new Scream movie that's going to feel a little more like the original couple of movies without Gale Weathers? They're coming back, but we just don't have the confirmation yet. But it'll happen. It'll happen, my friends. I promise. I really think we're just waiting until the smoke clears a little more until we really get some more announcements, which will be soon. I believe they start filming this fall, so we'll probably get more announcements closer to that, like probably July, August. But again, we'll see. Jamie is saying, I'm doing marketing for this fan film. I've been hired. They want me to get your reaction to a trailer so you can do it at the end of the stream. I need my job. I mean, like if it's a trailer for just a little fan film, yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I'll talk about it. I'll do a little like short for it or something. I just don't know. I don't know. Well, Jamie, let's talk. Let's talk after the stream, and I'll check it out. Send me the trailer if you can on Instagram or like Twitter or something. I'll give it a watch. Talk about it at some point. Villain Killin' Dylan is giving me a good reminder here. Twisters in Deadpool 3. Yeah, I think I was more thinking like horror, right? I'm probably not going to cover Twisters or Deadpool 3 on here, but I am going to see them in theaters for sure. I will definitely be seeing these. I'm excited for both, although I do have my worries about both. You know, anytime we get a franchise continuation in general, I'm just a little worried, you know? But I'm excited for this. I love the original Twister. Great movie. Deadpool 3 I'm excited for too. I just hope it's still good. I hope it's still funny. I hope the Ryan Reynolds craze doesn't ruin it. It is something I'm worried about, but let's hope. Let's just hope, man. Let's hope it's good. A lot of hype for both of those movies, so. Josh Burrow, what's up, dude? Big fan, brother. Your voice is gold. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Josh, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here, and thanks for the kind words. Appreciate that. Courtney Cox defending her title for sure. No, listen, she's gonna be in all the Scream movies until they don't want her anymore. I mean, that's pretty much a given. Come on now. Unless they kill off her character, she's back for all of these bad boys. So, yeah. And I love that. I love that she's like kind of the one through line for all 6 of these movies. That's fun. Am I going to check out Challengers? I've heard really good things about it. I definitely want to watch it at some point. If it's on streaming, I'll probably watch it soon. This is a movie that my girlfriend really wants to watch, so we'll check it out at some point for sure. I've heard insanely good things about it, but I will admit the trailer did nothing for me. I was like, I'm just not interested in this based on the trailer. But I've heard good things. I do want to watch it at some point because I've heard such good things, but I don't know. The trailer was like it felt like a skip to me, if I'm being real. But I hope it's good. I hope it rocks. You can't judge a book by its cover, right? I bring this story up all the time, but I mean, I remember when The Kingsman came out. Like there was like a big trailer for the Kingsman. And I was like, man, that does not look good. Like I am not interested in that at all. And I got dragged to the theaters to see it, and I loved it. I'm like, oh my God, that's one of the best action movies in years. Kingsman is great. Both of those movies I really like. The first one is way better than the sequel, but it's great. They're both good. So I don't know, man. It's crazy stuff. Davey Deathray, what's up, Davey? How's it going, man? Hello from Days of the Dead in Phoenix. Ooh. Have fun out there, man. I love horror cons. Oh my God. I gotta get out to more weird ones too, man. Like the farthest I've gone is New Jersey for Monster Mania, but I want to get like out to some West Coast ones a little more. I want to get like Texas Frightmare is one that's been on my list for a while. Texas Frightmare always looks cool. So Days of the Dead though, man, have fun, have a good time, meet some cool people, and of course buy some cool shit. You can't go to a con without buying some cool shit. Come on now. So have a fun time, though. Tell me all about it when you get back, too. I got to know. Trayvon King is saying, play Drake. Are you going to play the Backrooms game? You know what? I might just do that. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of requests from people for different games, and I'm slowly making a list of those as well and incorporating them into the gaming channel. By the way, if you have not subscribed to Golgotha yet, go subscribe. It's my brand new gaming channel. You can find it by going on my YouTube channel, KillJoy Jake, right here, where you're at already. If you go to the homepage and scroll all the way down, you'll see a little section that says more epic channels, and one of them is Golgotha. 259 subscribers. Thank you so much. Someone has subscribed to it since this stream started. So thank you for watching. Appreciate that. I just posted a new video today playing the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. Lots of fun. It's not doing too well though, so give it a watch. I'd appreciate that. So go subscribe. I'm having a lot of fun doing that, and I'd like to make more videos on that page for sure. But the Backrooms game is absolutely one I'd love to do. Noah Atkinson, I have 2 videos up on the page right now playing Dead by Daylight, so give those a watch as well. I am really getting into Dead by Daylight lately. That's been a lot of fun. A lot of the videos have been about that, I'm not going to lie, but I am going to start doing some weirder stuff next week. I think I'm going to run through Poppy's Playtime next week. I'm probably going to make a couple of videos about that. Oh my God. I did not nap for long enough, let me tell you. Eric, hey Jake, which one? Pizza or cheeseburgers or Starbucks? Mine is pizza. Yeah, I mean pizza, dude, all day. You can do so much with pizza. I mean, come on, you can put whatever the fuck you want on pizza, and it's usually good, you know? Anything works with pizza. So, except like, you know, dog shit, like I wouldn't put that on a pizza. That would suck. But I'm a pineapple on pizza guy. Maybe a hot take, but like pineapple on pizza, sweet and savory, come on now. That's awesome. That's an excellent combination. Going to Horror Hound for the first time this September. Going to be my first convention. Super excited. Dude, enjoy. Horror Hound is also awesome. I got to go to that last... Was that last? Oh my God. Yeah, that was last year. I'm like trying to remember when that was. Horror Hound is one of the best conventions I've ever been to. That was so much fun. That and... not Scarefest. Was it Scarefest? Scarefest. I want to say that's what it was called. I can't remember, but there's another one I went to last October that was so much fun. Great time. I might be giving some tickets away for a certain convention here soon too. But yeah, no, dude, there's some great horror conventions out there for sure. Yeah, no, have fun with that one, dude. I want to say the Scream people are going to Horror Hound this September, if I'm not mistaken, and some of the Terrifier people. So. Gonna be good stuff. Nat Dog is bored. Jake, you should live stream on Golgotha. I will be soon. As soon as I get it, like, I want to kind of get a little more established, a couple more subscribers on there. I was kind of thinking about maybe getting up to 500 subscribers before I really started streaming. But yes, I'll be doing that very soon here. As soon as I get some more time too. I'm kind of just like, I'm building the channel up a little bit first, you know? And then dude, I will definitely be streaming on there. So. Yeah, no, that's absolutely happening soon. Pizza and spaghetti is a nice combo. You get the red sauce, man. Nothing wrong with that. Drink your juice. I know. I have like the worst cotton mouth right now. I don't know what's going on. It's funny stuff. Taking a nap before stream. I changed up the old schedule, but I'm like, I'm gonna have more energy if I just take a nap. Like, let's run it. Let's make it happen. I feel this is the best I've felt on a live stream in a long time. Like, it's usually like the end of the day when I get to one of these, you know? And I was really tired on the last one. So I'm like, I gotta get more energy. I gotta have the brain working a little better this time around. So I like Scream and Ice Cream is saying Melissa Barrera and Tony Revolori from Scream 6 are going. Oh, okay. Dope. Robert Englund's also gonna be there. Ooh. I have not met any of these people. I might have to make it to Horror Hound because I've heard nothing but good things about Melissa Barrera. I would love to meet her. Same with Tony Revolori. He's featured in one of my favorite scenes from the entire Scream franchise. And I mean, Robert Englund, class act, dude. I mean, holy crap. He's Freddy Krueger. Come on now. Like, I gotta meet him. That's crazy. That's good stuff though. Okay. Good things, man. I'm thinking I gotta make it out there at some point. That would be cool. Be really cool to meet some of those people. Solo mushroom pizza, dope. I can't disagree there, but it's got to be the good mushrooms, okay? Like sometimes they have like the little dry, like they just took them out of the package mushrooms. Nah, I want the ones that have been like soaked in olive oil for like days on end. It's the only way to do it. It's got to be good mushrooms or no mushrooms. Long Legs has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes with 11 reviews. I'm probably gonna watch Silence of the Lambs before I watch Long Legs because they seem to have like a very similar vibe and setup in terms of story. I'm very excited for this one though. Oh my God, Osgood Perkins, man, I really do like a lot of his movies, but looking back at some of his other flicks, I'm like, some of them are a little too weird for me sometimes. Or they'll have like a turn in the plot where I'm like, I don't know if that was the way to go there or whatever. Long Legs, I'm hearing like some crazy good things about. Like people are like, dude, this is a melt your face, holy shit kind of movie. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm hoping that it's great, and then I'm hoping that his follow-up, which is coming out in February of next year, called The Monkey, is also fantastic. So that's a Stephen King adaptation. We talked about it a little earlier on in the stream. I'm excited for both, man. I can't wait. And Halloween Ends fans might get excited by this, but Ola Corey Cunningham is going to be in that flick. So we got a lot to look forward to. I'm excited. Spooky Time Studios is saying, so is Kevin Bacon the killer in Maxine? I'm definitely suspicious of him. I will say that much. I'm definitely suspicious. I'm really thinking it's Bobby, though. Really think it's Bobby Cannavale. But, you know, then again, Spooky Time Studios, I noticed a lot of the pictures from the premiere of Maxine, and I did not see a whole lot of pictures of Bobby. I don't even know if he was there. Which makes me think that maybe he's not such a poignant role in the flick. Maybe it is Kevin Bacon. It would make sense if it was Kevin Bacon. I mean, he's a bigger actor. He's a lot more popular. And usually that's kind of what we've been doing with killers in movies. We make it like the most popular character, or actor, I should say, behind the scenes. Look at Scream 6, look at Scream 5, look at Thanksgiving. They all do this. So, I mean, it would make a lot of sense if Maxine was in the same boat. But again, we'll just have to see in literally a week. Oh my God, it's coming up on us. I hate to brag, but old Jake's going to see Maxine a day early, so I'm very excited for it. You guys will see a review of it probably Thursday morning next week on this page. How pissed would I be if I got Maxine spoiled? I'd be pretty pissed because, like, X and Pearl are some of my favorite horror movies that I have ever covered on this page. I would be bummed out if I had something really, like a big spoiler about it. For sure. Any news on a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? I'm hearing that there's like something in the works over at Netflix. They're trying to make another one of these, but nothing is 100%. I am seeing some fake articles going around for a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that's not true. So don't buy that. Your boy will keep you updated on the real shit, I promise. But there is a little article going around right now about, a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in the works. It is smoke and mirrors, my friend, unfortunately. But yeah, no, there is something in development, but nothing's like 100% right now. Have I heard anything about the Toxic Avenger reboot? I'm ready to bust a nut. Dude, unfortunately, you might be busting your nut a little later on because Toxic Avenger, I'm hearing nothing about it, dude. Like, there has been no movement on this at all. They had some kind of like premiere for it, and that was like the last update. Like, that's it. Nothing. It's been in the can for a long time. No movement, nothing at all, which is a shame because it looks fucking crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the stills from it, but looks weird as fuck. It's got a great cast. I don't know. I want to see it. I want it in my eyeballs right now, dog. Would kill for that movie. Heather Langenkamp's gonna be there. Damn it, dude. Lots of people I could cross off my list. There's a lot of people that I still have yet to meet in horror, especially some older people that I'm dying to have a conversation with. There's a lot of folks that I'm so thankful I got to meet. Like, I mean, I got to meet Richard Dreyfuss last October, and that was like, a religious experience for me. That was amazing. I've been watching Jaws like basically since I was a kid. Like, Jaws is one of my favorite movies ever. It's a fucking masterpiece. It's great. And to meet someone who was, such a big part of that movie, it was just wonderful. So I feel the same about Heather Langenkamp, though. I mean, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, that original movie, is a special horror flick. It is just one of those movies that will stand the test of time. 40 years from now, we'll still be talking about it. Man, I would love to meet her. That would be awesome. Brutal. Just brutal stuff. Greg, you met Tony Revolori at a horror convention a few months ago. He was so damn nice. I even told him Jason and Greg are my favorite killers, and he was so grateful. I also have his signature framed. Very nice, man. That's awesome. Oh my God. I gotta meet him. I've been a big fan of his for a while. I really like him in the Spider-Man movies, even though he's got more of a limited role. I always thought he was funny. He had some good moments there. And then when he got cast in Scream 6, I was like, oh, cool, man. That's awesome. And I'm so not kidding when I say that his scene in Scream 6, I don't think I've ever lost my mind so much in a theater than that scene. Goes to show you, like, I'm such a fanboy for Scream. It is such a fun franchise. I love it so much. And that scene is just, it's everything to me. I love the Ghostface character so much. Man, it was so cool to see it from the other side. Just even for a little glimpse of that was wonderful. So that's awesome. I would love to meet him and talk a little bit about that. So great stuff all around. Oh, Mastermind Killer, Bloody Mary and I are so going to Horror Hound now that we looked at all the great actors who will be there. Very nice. Enjoy and have fun. Have fun. I got to make it out to some more conventions. I know Scarefest is the one I was thinking about. I'm definitely going to that one in October for sure. I'm very excited. for that. So I will be there. If you guys are going to the Kentucky Scare Fest, I will be there. What would you do if the Grudge was in your house? I'd pretty much be screwed. That's what I've learned from those movies. You're just kind of you're screwed once you go into that house. It's all over. I love all the Grudge movies so much. I don't know. There's something about them, even the bad ones. I'm entertained. I'm having a good time watching this. The Grudge from 2020 is one where I was like, you know what? That was not great, but it wasn't awful either. It was an interesting remake. I don't know. I did not hate it. It's one of the first movies I ever reviewed on this page too. Long time ago, I talked about that movie, but I did not hate that flick. It was fun. If I meet Tony, your first words should be, "Do you feel like an animal, Jason?" That's a great opening line. Oh, I should say that. That's very funny. I'll have someone film me doing it. I'll have someone like filming me, and it'll be great. I want to, what I really want to do? I want to cosplay. I want to like wear the Ghostface costume at a convention and then like take off the mask and be like, yeah, scare people. I see all these people like in costumes and stuff. And I'm like, I got to wear a costume one of these times. I'm always just wearing a t-shirt, and I'm like, I gotta do something. Be fun. Do a little cosplaying or something. I don't know. The actors for the mom and Nina in A Nightmare on Elm Street will also be at Horror Hound. Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. I'd love to meet more of those people. That's sweet. Yeah, that original Nightmare, I know I talk shit about the franchise a lot, but that first movie is so special. I mean, it is like the epitome of 1980s horror cinema. And there's really not too many other films I can say that about. That just encapsulate the feeling of an entire like generation of horror. And also we're talking about like the golden age of horror here. That's amazing, man. I don't know. Some really good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to cap off this month with today's stream. Your boy it's been a wild ride the last couple of weeks. Oh my God, it's been nuts. I do want to say thank you so much to Paramount for kind of sending me like a press kit with this thing. And I got a bunch of really cool stuff from them. I'll kind of show it off real quick to end off the stream here. Very thankful for that. Let's just bring this in here. Oh. Did you guys hear my old man grunts when I went over there? Dear God. So they sent me a poster. They sent me this like really cute little bag. I gotta throw this up on screen. This is fun stuff. So I got a little cat bag with Quiet Place Day One on it, which is so cool. I got this little fan from them, and it's also like a phone charger. Like I'm gonna use this all the time. This is actually the probably my favorite. I'm not even kidding. This is like my favorite thing that I got. Here I want to show you guys the fan because this is nuts. Look at that. Look at how cute. What? Like, that's so cool. That is so dope. So you can hear it too. I'm very thankful for that. Very cool stuff all around. Stop. Psh, psh. Okay. It gets a little excited though. I will say that. So I'm very thankful. They give you like little first aid kit with Quiet Place on it. There you go. You can read it that way, which is cute. There's like Band-Aids and stuff in there. And then they're calling this a grenade. It's like a survival kit. It's not a real grenade. It's just it's just got like wire on it or something. It's cool. It's cool stuff. It's like a little survival thing. This bag is so cute. And they also gave me a poster, which you might just see up on the set sometime soon. So who knows? Maybe that's going up there. I got Thanksgiving up still, which is great and all, but I might need to update that. I like the old posters. You got some representation of, like older time periods. Right, you got to have that on the set. You got to respect the classics, like we were saying earlier. But I might move the Thanksgiving poster. I don't know. I really don't know yet. I got to figure out. I want to do something new with the set at some point this year, but I got to put that up somewhere. It's a cool poster. So thank you so much again to Paramount. Thank you to the Splattercast guys for figuring that out. And your boy is going to go take a nap. I'm going to watch a bunch of those movies that you guys recommended because I'm taking the weekend to chill for the first time in a very long time. So I'm really excited for it. Your boy will be back on July 1st. I have a new video. My next video that's coming out is going to be what is it? The horror hot takes of X, followed by Pearl. and then a Maxine review. So those are probably going to be the big videos you see on the page next week, alongside some updates. More gaming videos are coming. I already have one edited that's going up probably on Monday as well. It's another Dead by Daylight one, but we're getting to different stuff next week as well. So check all that out. It's going to be fun. I'll be live on Monday. Check that out at 7 o'clock. And I'll be covering 2 Friday the 13th movies next week because I need a break this weekend. Love you guys so much. As always, don't forget to kill it out there. Peace out.